Getting pretty late here, but still recording. And the city where I live is now totally silent because the snow fell. And you probably know this phenomena when everything is covered in snow, the whole town or city is just so calm and silent. There's actually a physical explanation to this because snow absorbs much better the sound waves, so it attenuates basically all the noises in a city or a town. But it's probably also the fact that it's 2 in the morning, so it's pretty late. But very cool to look outside and just see everything covered in white snow. And I think it's still going really strong and snows. So awesome stuff there. And we have one more challenge. This one is called Spare Key, and this is the sort of continuation of the previous one. So this challenge is very similar to the previous one. It is actually involving storage accounts, and we need to talk to Gooseberry, who's right over next to Grace. So I'm just going to get the conversation here. And this challenge is also a similar terminal challenge than the previous one. So the hints are built in. Nothing to see. I really wish that when I click on the notification that the little notification icon would disappear from the eye, but I mean, this is still very nice as an interface. Okay, the terminal is just starting up, giving us some explanation. And this story or this scenario is for a case where you have a storage account with a website that is a static web page, and it's hosted inside an Azure Blob container. So they're telling us to list out the the list of resource groups in our subscription. We can see that in this subscription we have resource group, the neighborhood, maintenance, clubhouse, security, and landscaping. Again, I don't think we have hints as a command, so we just need to follow the instructions here. The next instruction is telling us that we can also use the storage account list, and we can have the neighborhood resource group listed, where we have the list of storage accounts, and we have neighborhood A. We have also home maintenance. No, it's Hoa maintenance, Hoa clubhouse, Hoa security, and Hoa landscaping. Okay, so for some reason we have these Hoa storage account names. And yeah, someone mentioned there was a website here. So they are telling us that we need to look around. Well, this one is called landscaping. I think neighborhood A is probably a good candidate for this one. So let's check. Because the other things are maintenance, clubhouse, security, and all that. So I think that's the idea. But you could just, start from top, and turns out this is the right one because there is the 2 required page here, index.html and 404 HTML. So the next step is to look inside the storage account and list the containers. We saw this command in the previous video, AZ storage container list, and then the account name. And we also need to add the alt mode login here, just like with the previous command. If you omit this one, it will complain. And we can see here that we have $web and public. $web is I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a mandatory container when you want to host a website. So this is just going to be created. And well, the public one is probably something that is public. So let's look inside these containers. I'm going to clear the terminal here and paste in the next command. So they are just telling us to use the -- container name. So I'm looking at $web here. And $web has the website, and unfortunately, aside from index.html and about HTML, there's also a Terraform file here. So they are telling us to take a look inside that. Interesting file. And just like before, we are going to use storage bulb download. Account name is neighborhood A, container was the $web, and then we're just going after this Terraform file. And what we see here in this Terraform file, I can see it here. Where is it? Migration SAS token. Oh yeah, here on top. So we have a shared access signature token. So SAS tokens, if you're not that familiar with Azure, but maybe you heard about the S3 buckets in AWS, and you might have been using AWS instead of Azure. Inside AWS, there's also something called STS tokens. They're very similar as a concept. This is a token that can restrict access to either an entire storage account or a type of storage service inside a storage account. This one here, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, so this would allow access to the entire storage account. And you can also check here the permissions. So this one has read list, access, change. Oh, this is pretty much full, deletion and execute. Okay, so this is pretty bad. This provides a lot of access rights to a storage account, and these are often exposed either like these Terraform files, or you might also find it similar kind of services like platform as so infrastructure as code type of services, like CloudFormation in AWS, or in Azure. They have resource manager templates, if I remember correctly the name, which allows you to define your infrastructure and then execute the deployment to these definition files. They often in some sort of like JSON or similar format, although in Azure they also allow you to do the definition in something called Bicep. So very good lab. The last thing that we need to, and you can see that these are actually not like real URLs. The last thing we need to do is type finish. Hopefully I managed to do that and get the achievement and talk to Barry. I'm to be very, very grateful that we helped them, and spare key is now done. So very realistic scenario, and you saw that with a few commands on the CLI tool, you can quickly enumerate resource groups, storage accounts, and also containers in storage accounts. And if you find something that is exposed publicly, that's probably a good idea to take a closer look. There are also services out there that constantly try to enumerate storage solution related names for containers. So Grey Hat Warfare is a very well-known service, I think now, and they are constantly every month going to crawl through the entire intertubes for shortening services and these storage services. Currently, I think they cover AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, and DigitalOcean. But I might be mistaken on that front. But they do cover the three big ones. And if something gets exposed, they are probably going to find it because they're kind of brute forcing the names. All these storage solutions will require you to pick a globally unique name, and depending on the access rights, the service will return different responses. So if a name is taken and it's public, people can actually find it by just enumerating the names of the storage service and the names that people picked in that storage service rather, and this is how you end up in the news often. So we have two more of these Azure related challenges. So let's check the next challenge in the next video.